This is the Fleming Corvette 340. It's the only one in the US, and it is a really special boat that I can't wait to show you on board today. Probably the most spacious, well laid out 34-foot boat you will ever see on the market. We're gonna go through a few specs before we go on our tour, so here we go. The length overall with the swim platform and the bow pulpit is 34 foot 10 inches, which is 10.61 meters. The beam is 13 foot 3 inches or 4.04 meters. Loaded displacement of the vessel is 23,237 pounds or 10,540 kilograms. The draft is 4 foot even or 1.22 meters. From the top of the radar arch to the waterline is 10 feet 2 inches or 3.2 meters. For fuel, she carries 2 tanks, 145 gallons each or 552 liters each. So 290 gallons total. For fresh water, she carries 137 gallons or 519 liters, and her holding tank has a 39 gallon capacity or 148 liters. She has a 35-pound anchor, 16 kilograms, and 165 feet of chain and rode, or 50 meters. As I show you through the boat today, I wanted to highlight a few things I find most interesting about this particular vessel. This Fleming Corvette was built at the Fleming Yachts shipyard in Taiwan with all the same quality, attention to detail, and hardware that are used in the Flemings from 55 up to 85. The layout and use of space really makes this boat feel much larger than it is. At 13 foot 3 beam, there's so much volume on the interior, and the layout, the use of space, and the way they've divided up the living areas and sleeping areas has made it very comfortable for 2 couples or perfect for a family of 4. You'll notice lots of room to maneuver, plenty of space for people to sit, and wonderful access back here to the swim platform, where we have a Seawise davit for a small 8-foot Avon tender. Moving forward, we've got the flybridge helm area with additional seating as well, a fold-out teak table, and a complete suite of electronics and controls here at the upper helm. With seating for 3 on this custom settee, it's a great place to view while you're underway, and it has everything you need to operate the vessel safely and securely, with access to all of the cameras on board, all the chart systems, and engine data that you'll need. The flybridge cover, bimini, can fold back as well. The radar arch can hinge down. So if you're on a great loop trip, this is a perfect vessel for that. We'll take a step down onto the main deck level and just see how wonderful these walkarounds are along the side. As you can see, we've got great handholds everywhere, nice stainless steel railings, and even every single weld on here is ground and polished, a quality point that you won't find on many other boats in this size or price point. All the rails are very sturdy, high, and make walking around the boat very secure. Up here we've got teak decks, a nice cabin trunk area for sitting, and a custom stainless steel Fleming branded anchor. From here I'll take you around the starboard side and we can take a look inside the vessel first light. To port, behind the helm we have this large dinette area, and this is actually a custom option that this owner had installed. Normally there's 2 helm chairs, but he wanted larger seating area for around the dinette. So this helm chair and forward dinette chair actually flips up and down and slides back to create more helm seating or more dinette seating. We have a folding table here, and this whole floor can actually open up to access the engine room for major servicing, but we also have a single access point which is more available for day use. To starboard in the salon is the galley. We have a large double sink with a dish drying rack underneath this Corian countertop, a 3-burner stove and oven, and a large refrigerator. This boat's barely been used from a galley perspective, like new. We've got wonderful storage underneath here, 2 drop-down storage cabinets that make for great plate, dish, or glass storage. The boat is fully equipped with cutlery and dishware in all of these various cabinets. All around the salon, from the front central windshield all the way around the sides, and these aft hatches are all opening hatches, so we get a lot of ventilation and visibility through the boat. These aft hatches are great for passing equipment and galley food up to the salon, up to the aft deck. And then we've got storage here as well, drawers for tools, drawers for cutlery. Very well option throughout the boat for storage. Down a couple of stairs into the full beam aft cabin. This is really the heart of the Fleming Corvette 340. We've got a tapered island queen, which is comfortable for people even 6'4", and I can stand up in this stateroom with no problem. We've got a beautifully appointed Corian countered head compartment here with storage, and then on the port side is a separate shower compartment, which makes for a tidy stateroom. All the woodwork in here is really top-notch quality. It's the same you see in a Fleming, and all the cabinetry is just beautiful. I don't see any signs of degradation, moisture contamination, or anything like that. Our lighting is dimmable and very beautiful in here. We've got reading lights around the bed and lots of deep storage in all of these compartments. This boat has a custom vanity hinge stool to port, as well as an ICOM VHF for monitoring while you're in the stateroom. There's an ensuite head on one side and a shower compartment to port. These areas are also zoned with their own heating. So our forward guest stateroom is one of the most unique layouts I've seen on any boat, particularly the best use of space on a boat this size. On each side of the hull, we have a twin berth, 6 foot in length, and they're separated by a large bathroom cabinet with shower and overhead hatch. So as we enter here, there's a TV in this pop-up cabinet, and then to port over here, we've got all of our navigation electronics and engine controls. All the way to port, we've got ignitions and throttles. These are single lever Morse systems, one for each engine. We've got controls for our thrusters, spotlight, anchor windlass, including a chain counter, and a secondary VHF, which is tied up onto the flybridge. We've got fuel, tankage information, all of our engine temps, pressures, and tachometers. You can see 430 hours on these engines. We've got a Furuno wind instrument, Furuno autopilot, Furuno NavNet 3D chart plotter. We have 2 cameras on board, one for the engine room, one aft facing. We've got radar and everything else integrated into this system. An upgraded Fusion stereo system, our blackwater and freshwater tank gauges, and an ICOM VHF. Along our lower dash, we've got individual wiper controls with washdowns, our trim tabs from Bennett, side power bow thruster, and 12-volt light controls, as well as windlass controls. We've got our Cabola hydronic heating furnace system, which we can run off of the diesel furnace or off the engine cooling loop. Our Cummins Onan generator remote control panel, again 128 hours on that generator. And then we've got our AC inlet, whether we're coming from shore power or generator. Inside here, we've got our 12-volt and 110-volt panel. We've got an inverter line, a shore power line, and then a large 12-volt distribution service. We have an Outback inverter controlled right here, and we can see all of our battery voltages and shore power AC inputs. Beneath that, we have our battery isolation switches, which we can combine in the event that we have a low battery on one side or the other. We've got 600 amp hours of house bank capacity, so lots for a boat of this size. We also have our main breakers for our high voltage loads, which is nice to have them in here rather than the engine room. Looking in the engine room directly below the Salon, we have 2 access hatches, one for day use and another one with a little disassembly for major servicing. Inside, there are twin Yanmar 315 horsepower diesel engines, which were just serviced and have 430 hours. They're paired with Yanmar KMH 50 transmissions, along with R&D flexible couplings and 1 3/4" shafts through dripless shaft seals to 4-blade Nibral propellers. On the electrical side, we have a DC and an AC system. The 12-volt system is DC, isolated battery banks, one for the main engines and generator and one for the house loads. The house bank has 4 Lifeline AGM 6-volt batteries that combined provide 600 amp hours at 12 volts and services through the Outback inverter charger for specified AC loads. The entire electronic system was designed through a master volt system, and the engine generator bank includes 2 Lifeline AGM 12-volt batteries with 1120 cold cranking amps each. Her performance at all cruising speeds is really impressive. At low trawler speeds, she's incredibly efficient. However, at cruising speed, 17 knots, she's only burning 17 gallons an hour. So 1 mile per gallon at 17 knots for a vessel of this size is really impressive. And she can go wide open throttle at 24 knots, burning 30 gallons an hour. The boat is built so solidly, the glasswork from Fleming really comes through. As you're cruising underway in chop or seas, she's very quiet, very stable, and just feels very solid underneath your feet. First Light is very well equipped with hydronic heating, Furuno electronics, and a number of high-end cruising features and options that I think you'll find very attractive. Thank you for joining me aboard First Light, this 2011 Fleming Corvette 340. If you're in the market for anything like a Grand Banks, a Sabre, a high-end pocket cruiser, I implore you to take a look at this boat. You'll be very impressed. Once again, I'm Diego Gomez with Worth Avenue Yachts. Thank you for joining me aboard.